The website has been too slow. People have been getting stuck during the application process. And I think it's fair to say that nobody's more frustrated by that than I am, precisely because the product is good. I want the cash registers to work. I want the checkout lines to be smooth. So I want people to be able to get this great product. And there's no excuse for the problems.
President Obama speaking out this morning to address the technical glitches with his health care laws rollout. It's Monday, October 21st. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Wendy Bounds. Joining me now is Wall Street Journal Washington Bureau Chief Jerry Seib. Jerry, President Obama just now wrapping up his remarks. What did he hope to achieve? What did he achieve in speaking there? And was he contrite enough, do you think?
Well, there are two things he was trying to achieve. The first one was that he wanted to acknowledge, I'm not happy that the computer rollout of the insurance exchanges under the Affordable Care Act has gone so badly. To acknowledge it, to say, I see it, I get it, we're not in denial, and we're going to fix it. That was the first thing. The second thing, though, and from the White House point of view, this was equally important, was to say, once you get through the computer screw-ups, what you find when you get to the exchanges is that there's a good menu of insurance options that are coming in at reasonable prices and are going to meet people's needs. And so I think it's important from the White House point of view that the focus not be entirely on the computer mess up, although they have to acknowledge that, but to get people to focus on what's there when you break through the wall. And in the White House view, at least, you'll find that this is a good experience in terms of what you can get and the price that you're going to have to pay for it, because the administration at least argues that the insurance companies have stepped up and offered a big range of plans here that are actually going to be make people happy once they get to that point.
Well, Jerry, you raise a very interesting point, and that is too big of a deal being made right now about the glitches? Are these to be expected? You know, if you remember when the Medicare drug plan rolled out under George W. Bush in roughly 2006, that there were a lot of glitches with that, and the headlines were all about the problems there. Is this just something to be expected?
Well, no, this I think goes beyond what you can expect. Glitches in a rollout are kind of normal. This was a kind of more epic proportions than that. I mean, literally people couldn't get on for days and days. Now, the White House thinks, and insurance companies tend to agree, that it's gotten better over the last few days. Most notably, some of the state-run exchanges have worked pretty well. But I don't think the attention is necessarily excessive. I think what the White House is saying is, while that may be legitimate, what it's done is it's distracted attention from the more important thing in the long run, which is whether when people get there, they'll find that they have insurance options they didn't have before and at prices that they can comprehend and can actually pay. And they think the answer to that question is yes. They got to get people to that point, though. To use the metaphor, if you can't get into the stores, you can't get to the cash register, right, you can't make the purchase, and it doesn't matter how good the merchandise is if you can't make the purchase. So,
Jerry, in terms of fixing these glitches so that people can get on and sort of experience what their offerings are, you know, what is the administration doing in terms of rolling out all the stops? I mean, I hear people joking, only half joking, I think, why don't they just hand it over to Google, let Google fix it? I mean, but that sort of underscores the frustration here.
Well, that's a good question, and that's the one, frankly, we're having a hard time getting the answer to. They're talking about a kind of a tech surge, but we don't know exactly what that means. What we do know from some reporting and stories we had in over the weekend is that the administration has gone back to the main contractors who were supposed to set up this site and said, we need your first team, we need them here now, and we need them here 150% of their time. And that's I think that's the main line of attack, which is to take the contractors who were supposed to draw up the sites and get them to sort of double down now on fixing it with some help from some outside technical experts the government's going to hire. But that's a little bit of a black box right now, and journalistically it's one of the frustrating things. What does it mean that there's a tech surge underway? We don't really know.
All right, well, we will continue to come to you guys in Washington as this gets sorted out, and we can find more analysis about Obama's speech on WSJ.com now. Jerry, thanks as always.
Sure, happy to see you.